All right. So, we all are going to teach ourselves. Let me give you the pitch. Brave. Pixar's movie. Brave, right? Curly-haired, redheaded Scottish girl, right? That hair was new. That level of hair was new. Pixar had built their own software. There's no tutorials for that. This happens a lot. There's a new thing that comes out that no one knows how to do, right? So the idea is that one person kind of figures out and teaches his group and his lead. So not only does this allow me to show you as many effects as possible in a very short time span as a teacher, that's great. It also allows me to have you guys interact with each other a little bit. But this is also something that does happen, where there's a new tool or a new template. Every time Pixar makes that short movie, they always release a short movie in front of some movie, right? Most of the time they're testing something. They're testing something new. They're testing a new render. They're testing a new feature or effect that gets later used. You can kind of draw some connections there. Like the jackalope, the jackanape one where there's the dancing bunny. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That was a test.
Sheep.
Huh? There's a sheep dancing around. Yes. Yeah, you're right. And then it was outside. They were testing the desert sun render for cars, right? So they're always building these new things. There's always new things coming out, right? And so this is kind of like modeling that practice. So these things have been long and established. So you do have the internet you do have the advantage of the internet. And if you did buy the textbook, I have no connection to this, but you see there's chapter references. Those are in here. So if you did have this textbook, I meant to bring, when I was planning to do this, I was going to have several copies for you to leaf through, but I have one here if you wanted to leaf through it. So the chapters that it's referencing is in this book, which was the not required but recommended book. If you don't want to buy a book, that's fine. They're here for you to borrow. So I have one today. So the slides shouldn't take too long. You're going to experiment, and this is going to be us for the rest of the class. You're going to dive into a new scene. You're going to hit File, New Scene. Make sure that you are in effects mode. And depending on what you've got, right, you have Fire and Smoke, Chapter 12. Lightning and Shatter in Chapter 12. Fireworks and Flow. Fluids, basic particle matters versus end particles. If Jamar and Christo, you only have to do an example of one of end particles or basic particle emitters, but try to shape it. Okay, Christo and Jamar.
Yeah.
This is.
I liked it. I had fun doing it on Blender though.
Good. Have fun. The whole idea is to have fun with this. Ivan and Ben, you're doing hair, and you can make hair on a basic sphere. You do not need, or you can put it on your head if your head's done. And Megan and John, you're doing cloth with wind. There's no chapter in that book with cloth. So what you're going to do is you should have this set of slides, should automatically copy and go into your Google account. You guys have Google accounts, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you click on that, it'll force you to make a copy. Feel free to just take this and modify it for your information. If you want to make it prettier, make it prettier. But do use examples and GIFs from movies and screenshots from here. So,
Does it matter if they were made of Maya?
What?
The examples.
No, Destiny doesn't use Maya for gravity. They use Unreal. But I just use that for my example, right? Just because that's a game I know and love. So for my example, right? So if you have a GIF of cloth that you just think is good, it does not have to be. You don't have to know that it's made in Maya.
So I could use a picture of the girl from Brave and.
Yes, totally.
Do we have to put a reference?
That was my. Ben, are you psychic? Right. So here's what you have to do. I want you to cite your resources that you use for the information that help guide you. So Maya's knowledge network is really, really good. That's knowledge.autodesk.com. I highly recommend looking there. You could use a YouTube video and just cite it. You can use that as well. That also gives the class a database. And what's going to be nice is then when we're all done, we can share these out, and then you have this database of effect slides, like how to do each and every one, right? So that's the idea, is that we're kind of building our own network right here and our own usage for all these slides, right? And I'm trying to guide you through that.
So if we have a web page, we just put the title of the web page and the link below.
Yes. You don't have to like cite it with a page, or you don't have to do a full citation here. This last slide, slide 7, is me saying, oh, we're in college, we should cite our sources.
What about images? Do we have to cite where we got them?
Everyone seen this? Of course you have to cite your images. Of course. Okay. That would be too much. All right. So grab it. So feel free to grab a GIF where you like. Screenshots on a Mac, Command-Shift-4 gives you this little crosshair and then lets you take snippets. If you get a whole screen, that's Command-Shift-3. You can crop them in slides. I just want to give you some basic slide help tips, right? So if you have a whole screen here, but you only needed a part of it, if you double click it, you get the crop version in your slides. If you wanted to do this in PowerPoint, you could. If you wanted to do this in some sort of slide generation program, you could. But I'm trying to keep it more informational than what am I trying to say? I care more about the information than I do how it looks, right? So that's how you can crop something in Maya. So no need to go to Photoshop and really trim and make it look good. And then if you wanted to use an arrow, there's shapes here. Just use an arrow and you can draw an arrow like that. And then, oops, I went the wrong direction, right? You can change its thickness, right? Change its color. So if you needed something to point to, just make an arrow shape in here. Don't get fancy with it, okay? Use everything within Google Slides. I use every time you see one of these things, include a picture or pictures. So in my example, I used a GIF, and I am a GIF person. Even though my last name is a soft G, I believe it is GIF. I don't care what you believe, right? Screenshots shows how to kind of set it up, right? So where to find it, how to set it up, how to get the effect going, how to tweak it or fix it, and then a final play blast. Does not have to be a quality effect. The how is more important. This slide number 6, is 5 points. The final version of your effect is only 5 points.
It doesn't have to be.
The slides are 20 points, right? So the information is the important part, not the final render.
You want us to create a Maya file for like the people we're teaching?
No, let them start from scratch. Good question. Good question. The goal being is that next Tuesday we'll do a few more things. We'll see if Mudbox works, and then we're gonna trade. I'm gonna trade you. I'm gonna be like, you do that one, you do that one, you do that one. We'll depend on who's here and who's not. Right? I'll look at the attendance and then we'll swap. So you don't know who you're gonna teach. So keep it simple.
Make it as complicated as we can.
Keep it simple. Keep your examples simple, right? And just try to get the basics. You can use whatever you want.
Do we have to like cover each slide that you have in there?
Yeah, I think you'll need each slide. Yeah, so you'll need what it does and where you can find it. So for example, some people don't know what like a particle is, right? When would you like to use a particle? Sometimes you use particle for dust. Sometimes you use it for magic sparks, right? Where is it located? So that one's easy, right? Where to find it, right? How to start it up, how to set it up, what you need to consider, right? What you need to actually do to get the effect to actually engage, and then how to tweak the effect. So what it is and where is it, setting it up, working with it once it's started, tweaking it, and finishing it. That's it. Got it?
How do we make a GIF from?
How do you make a? Oh, that I can't. That you need extra software. I was just saying if you wanted a GIF for this stuff, for examples.
We can actually put the play blast in the slide.
Yeah. Oh, taking a play blast is really easy. Where's my bad examples? Right. So if I use this, I can just take that and plop it in. Invalid or what? Is that the wrong one? Let's just do this. There we go. Fluids. You gonna work there? What? Oh, import. What if I do import? Insert video. Oh, it likes you to upload your video to Google Drive. So sorry. So if I go to insert and make sure that this is on my Google Drive, so let's go here. Let's do all of them.
Wait, can't you just like drag and drop it in?
Not, you can do that for pictures, yes. Not for videos. I forgot. So
Not Google Slides?
Not in Google Slides. Right? So I've uploaded it to my drive. Right? And then I can just search for it or find it and just to .mov. And then boop, boop, and there it is. So you can't drag the movie from there. You have to upload it. And I think I say that. Making a GIF, there's a few ways to do it. It's external. It's another setup. Just upload it to Drive and insert it here. For videos, upload to Google Drive and insert video. Whoop, right there. If you wanted to do a screenshot of the final product, you could do that too. Like if you're doing a really nice particle set, a screen grab is fine too. All right. If you want to take a look at that book with the chapter references, go for it. I'm imagining you'll want to start hunting now and asking questions as you come across it and start testing it out and seeing if you can pull off the effect on your own really quickly and then kind of spelling this out for the slides. Questions? Ben?
What?
Question?
No.
You had that look.
Well, I do have a question, but not about this.
Okay. And then the easiest way to start is just copy and paste that plus Maya into a search bar. This search bar. And maybe you want to, if you have, Reagan's not here. Sarah,
Yeah.
do lightning and then do shatter, or do shatter and then do lightning, right?
I'm doing lightning first.
Juan, do fireworks and then flow, right? So if you got a double, try one and then try the other.
Oh wait, how many sources do you want us to use? Do we have to have at least one? Obviously, at least one.
You should probably have, did I say? If you have at least, yes, at least one. I just listed 3.
So,
I didn't give a minimum requirement. Whatever it takes to get it right.
So but it has to be at least one. Really.
At least one, yeah. I mean, if you think you can do it all from your brain with no help, go for it. If you think you can...
If we just did everything from one instruction video.
That's fine. That's fine. Hair has its own menu.
Oh, great. And it's a lot of stuff.
You make the hair, you activate gravity, and you brush it. It's like playing with a doll.
What about making the hair blow in wind? Do I have to...
Ooh, no, that's extra. Don't do that.
Okay. So it's just about making the hair.
Yeah. See how far you can get.
Hair used to be pretty hard to animate.
Do you know when I took 421, I now remember hair was the last thing on our list to learn, and it didn't get installed into Maya. Like it used to be an extra thing to install, and so we didn't do hair.
And now you're jealous that it's so easy to access.
It's a lot easier, actually. It's way easier. End hair. So it used to not be end hair. It used to be something else.
And then before that, they even added it just animate the hairs individually.
No, you'd always do never individually. No, they would not. I mean, how much do you want me? Feel free to ignore me now. Feel free to ignore me. They did a couple things. They still do this in some games, like this is a common practice. They'll make a face, a flat face, and then they'll all these options now, right? And then so they'll kind of draw like a hair pattern on that face, and then they make a transparency map. So this is actually invisible, and then that's the actual hair, right? And then they just have layers of single-sided faces, like not a cube, not a flat cube. They just kind of layer that over and over again. Someone's face model had that. So the red part is the hair drawing, and then the blue part is the transparency attached to that map, an alpha map. I think I call it a transparent opacity. I'm sure what they call it. I'll look it up. It's right there. We're gonna learn about mapping other stuff in colors later.
Onion skinning, like, kind of?
So what?
Onion skinning, kind of?
Huh?
Onion skinning?
Onion skinning? Is that what this called?
So, like, that's like when you're animating,
Oh.
you know, how onion skinning, like, yeah. Kind of like,
No, they don't call it that.
what do they call it?
I think it's just a transparency map. I'm gonna look it up right now because it's right there. I don't have to wonder.
That is okay,